2023 has officially begun, and while we don't have an official list of Star Wars stories coming in the next year, or release dates for some that we do know are coming, we do have a general idea of certain books, comics, and shows on the horizon. If you saw my video from yesterday, you'll know that I haven't been keeping up with the comics, so while there may be a few of those on this list, it'll be mostly made up of other mediums. With how the second phase of High Republic stories has gone so far, it's hard for me to get too excited for any of the upcoming books, but Axel Greylark was one of my favorite new characters to come out of Convergence, and it looks like he'll be the main focus in Cataclysm coming later this year, so that is a story I'm looking forward to. We don't know anything about the book's story, but the character has already been developed into a morally gray scoundrel walking a fine line between good and evil, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the book. Even though I was already excited for Battle Scars when it was announced, the fact that Grease and Marin are nowhere to be found in the trailers released for Jedi Survivor lead me to believe that this book will have a much bigger impact on the group of characters than I initially expected. We're also going to be seeing the fifth brother and a deserting stormtrooper, so those are just more reasons for this to be my most anticipated book of the year. And while we don't know too much about the Inquisitor Rise of the Red Blade, I am looking forward to having a story mainly focused on an Inquisitor and learn some new details about what the program is like in the Empire. These next two books wouldn't really be considered stories, but I am looking forward to them nevertheless. I'm a huge lore and timeline person, so of course I'm going to be looking forward to Star Wars timelines. It's got some very trusted authors behind it, including Jason Fry and Kristen Baver, and from what we've seen so far, it looks like it'll be going very in-depth, all the way from the High Republic to the Rise of Skywalker. Another guidebook that I'm looking forward to is Chronicles of the Jedi, a High Republic illustrated guide from Insights Editions. I've been a fan of what the High Republic has put out so far, and this book looks like it'll give fans some more details and information about these characters. Even though at this moment I have yet to play all the way through Jedi Fallen Order, I feel like this channel and others' love for these characters has gotten me excited for Jedi Survivor, to the point where I'll probably be picking up a PlayStation 5 mainly to play the game. The story details intrigue me, and I'm also looking forward to all the new stances and abilities we'll be able to learn and use, like having a crossguard lightsaber or riding a native creature as a part of a mission. My anticipation for this game will likely spike and waver before it releases this spring. I'm not a huge gamer, so it's hard for me to get excited for these games, but I'm sure I'll get more excited as I continue to play Fallen Order, and we get new details as the release date gets closer. We're also getting a lot of shows in Disney Plus in 2023. Ahsoka is easily my most anticipated of the bunch. She's always been one of my favorite characters, and while I am a bit hesitant about her adaptation into live action for a full-blown series, I think having these characters that I love come back will help me look past any qualms. Rebels is far and away my favorite Star Wars series, so with this acting as a sort of sequel to it, it's impossible for me to not get excited. We'll see Sabine and Hera in live action for the first time, and we'll also finally figure out where Thrawn and Ezra went after the series finale. With the recent leaks and reports that have surfaced, I'm a bit skeptical about the overall story being told and where the Mandoverse is headed, but until the new series start to come out and we get more details, I'm trying to do my best to limit any expectations that I have. And with the way it's rumored to connect with Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew is another series that I'm very excited for. The way it's been described as Stranger Things in space, and the bits of information that we've gotten have turned this series from what I initially thought would be a child's television show to something that could turn out to be one of my favorites ever. And of course, who isn't excited for Mando and Grogu to reunite in Season 3 of The Mandalorian? While it's still below those other two series coming this year, it's hard not to be excited for what's to come with these characters. We've all been waiting to see how the relationship between Din and Bo-Katan plays out, and based on what we've gotten so far, it also looks like there'll be a huge Mandalorian and Mandalore presence, where we'll hopefully get some history as to what happened to the planet and to the Darksaber before we see Gideon pull it out in the Season 1 finale. We also don't know for sure when The Acolyte will be releasing, with an early 2024 premiere seeming the most likely scenario, but if it does get pushed up to 2023, that would definitely make this list. I'm very excited to get into an unfamiliar era with brand new characters, and the tone of the series sounds like it's right up my alley. Let me know what you're most looking forward to in 2023 in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more, and remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.